All right, everybody, I'm home. And where is she? Hold on, I'll turn the phone around. Well, there's Skippy. And there's my friend's dog, Dixie. Come here, baby. Little old fat girl, she's just having a fit. Oh, she's just a tub of fun. But she's so happy I'm here. She hasn't quit whining. Poor old girl. Yes, yes. I'll get your nails done. Well, we made it. Hold on. What? I know I hear you. What? You don't like me, do you? You my good girl? Are you my good girl? Yes. You my good girl? All right, so anyway, that kitchen's coming out. And my storage area, which is I've got the fold-up mattress against the wall. But anyway, that's all coming out. That's all going to get new floor. It'll be like this floor. But a lot of people wonder how, when I talk about making my money and what I sacrificed. Okay, I just redid this. It's kind of hard to see here. Let me turn on some lights. I've got 4 switches over here, and I've got 3 separate lights. Okay, and I just put in all this marble, and I put in the shower and the sunflower, and the big heavy marble. These things are like 20-30 pounds a slab there. Yeah, I did this before I left, along with what I'll show you outside. So you guys wonder how I make my money. This was down, I'll show you a video on this bathroom later. This was completely gutted to 2x4s. It didn't even have drywall in it. Hold on, we're going outside. I did all this before I left. And if you remember when I worked on She Devil's bus, my original plants, well, my friend watered them. She's like my friend, my roommate, my landlord. She's not my roommate. I mean, she's got her room. I rent a room. But I did this before I left. And wait till you see the before pictures, especially this whole area. It was terrible. And, oh, there's the new Indian. The new 116 Chief. And 116 cubic inches is, I think it was 1,860 cc's. So I just got off of a 450 cc for 18. 4 times 4 is 16, right? So basically 4 times the power. But yeah, I just redid all this before I left. I'll put up pictures of that later. That's how I make my money. So when I tell you I gave up a lot to leave for 4 months, I did. Because you'll see she's actually, and I may be partial, but I think she's got the prettiest house in the neighborhood. And I'll be putting in probably a mini split here on the ground and a mini split there on the ground, which both sides of that bathroom window are the 2 spare bedrooms. Well, this is the one I use, but they'll be climate controlled. Yeah, so I'm here, and I'll probably take a nap in a little bit because I just got back. Let me tell you about this beast. This thing is a monster, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's a Dyna because it has the 2 rear shocks, 1 on each side, and I can change those to raise or lower. It's the shortest bike I've ever sat on, and I absolutely love it. Still has decent ground clearance. It has the fat tires, but the style is like a Fat Boy, which has the rear oil pan and doesn't have that. It has like a single rear suspension instead of shocks. So it's like a Fat Bob and a Fat Boy and a Dyna. So it's like a Dyna Boy, but it's not. It's an Indian. Anyway, since 1901, Indian motorcycles. But so when I say this thing scared me, let me tell you what happened. Oh, and the lights. The lights are amazing. I looked at them last night. Even though I didn't take delivery of it till this morning. It came about 300 and something miles home. The 450cc I sent out to do 10,000 miles, and I'm just barely under 13,000 miles on that. So it is all that in a bag of chips. The IBEX 450. But that chapter is over. I went from 3 different BMWs, a 650, then an 8, then a 650, and the last one I got totaled out when I was building She-Devil's bus, and then I bought an NK, which is a naked bike, 450, which is also CFMOTO. Then I bought the IBEX, and now I got the Indian. But I'll be jumping in that tonight after my nap, and I got to go 300 and some miles back to Panama City, Indian, to pick up the trailer and the bags and all that stuff off the other bike. And why, you say? I would have been stupid not to, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. The interest was more than 50% off, so the payment went up about $100, almost exactly. And with the interest being cut greater than 50% and the price going up, that's like a double win, because I got more going on principal now. And this bike, I actually bought it brand new with 40, I think it had 41 miles. It'll be in one of the videos, if I haven't put it up already. And the CFMOTO, now with 13,000 miles on it almost, the CFMOTO was 6,500, right? And with tax tag and title, I was like 82 out the door. This one was 19.9 or whatever. I forget. I think I showed the price tag in it. But they gave me 5,000 off. So when I went on the computer and I looked it up myself, I didn't take their word for it. I Googled it. The 2024, because it was the only 24 they had in motorcycles, and with them getting the $5,000 off, it was 15.9 or something like that. So basically 16 grand for a $21,000 bike. Then with the interest being more than half off, I mean, for me, it's a huge win financially, and credit and payments and interest. It was a win-win. And I did not go there to buy a bike. I stopped in to see Mike McDonald. You guys saw the other video. I've known Mike for years. And not only that, I bought probably 9, 10, 11 Harleys from him. Because when I asked him, I said, I bought what, 9? He goes, at least. I said, yeah. But he and I became friends, and we have actually gone to like Itchitucknee Springs and the different rivers and rafted, and we became really good friends over the years. So when he told me, when I'm sitting there, I go, well, that's cool over there. I said, it's kind of like a Fat Boy. He goes, because I'm a Harley guy. You know, I like my Fat Boys. And I had an Indian. I had a Indian Scout, but I had one of the first Scouts, okay? They've made a lot of improvements, he said. The Scout is a 1200, and it is super light in the front end. If you even tried to hit 80 mile an hour, it got wobbly. It got like the death shake on the front end. It's not a cruiser. It's a around towner. Great bike though. I mean, if you don't plan on going over 80, you know, it's fine. But I'm gonna tell you what, traffic down here, if you're doing 80, you're getting passed. I'm not even lying. People down here suck. They fly. So it's not that you need it. You can stay in the right lane and do 75, 70 all day long. That's what I do. I typically run 63, and I took the 2 lanes all the way home for that 300 miles. So it took me many, many hours more than necessary, because this is the break-in for this one, right? Brand new bike, right? You're not going to cruise that. So for the first 300 miles, I didn't get on the interstate. And when I got right here in town and I was north of Gainesville, I jumped on the interstate and I ran that. I ran it up. But I tell you, when I was doing like 75, I think, something like that, 73, 72, and this guy was kicking up rocks and dirt and dust and all that, and I kicked it up past 80 to go around him. Like I said earlier, I didn't know whether to grab my seatbelt or my parachute. Sarcasm. This thing flew. This is scary fast. I mean, when you crack on this throttle, it's gone. Just gone. And this is a very small chassis. I think it's the smallest full-size chassis with the largest engine Indian makes. So, fantastic. Watch this. I mean, you've got threads there where you can put in, you know, the crash bars and highway pigs. But I'm going to tell you right now, with me sitting back there, with me back here on the seat, I can tow it, I can inseam it, I can heel it, I can lay them over and highway peg it. Really cool. They make a running board available for this, but I don't know that I don't need just to go from basically the 1 inch to like a 3 or a 4 inch peg, and that'll probably give me everything that I need. Absolutely amazing. Now there's double bolts there. I might be able to put a running board there or off the side. I don't know. I have to dig into it because I've always had Harleys. But what a pretty damn bike. Swear to God. For $16,000 or $15,900, man, I'll probably hang on to this one for quite a while. And I've had Harleys and I've had them built. I actually spent, I think, $27,000 on a CVO back in 14, a burnt orange Road King. And when I put the racing engine in it, I was like $54,000 on that bike. I had it a week, and I was going down to pick up my semi because I was having my semi stretched to carry the bike with me. And I got hit. I was sitting still. I was sitting still in an intersection, so it's nothing I did. I was sitting still. A northbound was coming. A lady come out of a side street, hit the northbound. The northbound swerved into the middle, into the median, where I was in the turning lane to make a left, and folded my bike in half with me on it. Hit like 65 mile an hour when he hit me. And I had like 54 grand, and thank God for gap insurance. And I have full coverage. I have wheel and tires, so if I hit a pothole and I break a wheel or break a bead, break it, whatever, it's all covered. I have gap insurance, as I always put on all my stuff. But for me to trade up, I'm actually paying less. I'm paying a lot less. So I'm almost getting a $15,000 bike for the price of the $8,000 bike because of the drop in interest. And if you don't believe me, get an interest calculator, do the math. I'm getting this bike for about the price of the other one. That's why I did it. I wasn't looking for another bike. I was not looking for another bike. There's methods to my madness, and well, this just was a no-brainer. And I'm going to look for a Kia or a Honda Pilot, like a Kia Sorento, because that has like a 58 or 6, and that was a 16 I had, and I was pulling double axle trailer. So to pull a camper, I think the newer Kias have like an 8,000 pound tow rating. But I love this little bike. Oh my God, this was so fun coming home. And I could change all my seating positions. And it was like, did my butt get tired? Yeah, but it was a different kind of sore, right? Because, well, look, I mean, you got these big barrel shocks, right, on both sides. Boom. And I can change those to dial-ups. I can change them. I mean, and I never bottomed out. I never had a problem. I absolutely love this bike. I never thought I would say that about an Indian, because I don't like the looks of 99% of them, but this is the original Chief. The original two bikes were the Chief and the Scout, and I've had them both. that, you know, I had the Scout for a while. And like I said, I'll show you a picture. In fact, I'll put it right here. Yeah, that was me in the Gladiator helmet. And yes, I did wear that. That was in a South Carolina Shriners ride, I think. Back in like 14 or something, 15. And this is belt driven. I love it. I'm completely happy with this bike. So this one may stick around for quite a while. Unless there's something I want to do that I can't, or whatever, and I end up with a Fat Boy, but it's basically going to look the same. And I say that because, well, you see these two bolts? That's where the bags mount. And you see that exhaust? I may have to change to a single exhaust, and it may cost me a lot to try to put big saddlebags on there. Where with the Fat Boy, there's no shocks there because they have the mono style. And you can drop the exhaust out the bottom or both sides, and you can actually put the full dresser bags with a kit that's very reasonable priced on a Fat Boy. And then you can put the docking hardware for the rear trunk. You can put on a like Reckless Audio front fairing, and you can't tell it from a street glide. But then when you come home, just literally pop it off, 2 screws per bag, pop those off, and you're back to a bare bones bike that looks just like this. But when you want to ride, you can. When you tour, when you want to go on a trip, then you can full dress it. Bags, trunk, fairing, stereo, the whole nine. So that's the only thing that may change this is what's available for it. But I'll tell you this much. This engine's been around, I think, 11 years. The 116. So is it proven? Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. They've worked out all the bugs. So I'm really happy with this so far, and I hope I can do the bags and the trunk and a fairing should I want to go on a road trip. And then otherwise it sits in the garage, and what you see before you is what I run around town in. But Troy, Justin, a lot of the guys know. Aha, hear the air conditioning running. See, when I left, I ran a 30 amp box. So you could do the RV plug-in. Let's go in there. This has been running since I left. It's locked right now, but that's okay. In here I got a Nonan I just had rebuilt. I hear the roof mount going. So what I was starting to say was, Justin and them know, and Troy and Johnny and everybody, last year I spent a couple of months working FEMA, working North Carolina, working liaison. I've got some opportunity to possibly go back overseas with K9, doing bomb disposal. Between all that, between the federal contracts and my remodeling, that's why when I tell you I spent more money on this, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I keep telling you I spent $3,000. That's what I had in the bank when I left. But guess what? But, so I did some remodeling. He paid me that, a couple grand, and that was, you know, when he sold. Plus I made a couple grand at Buffalo Chip. I made a couple of grand at Full Throttle. Well, no, I think I made $1,200 at Full Throttle. Anyway, my point is, all that's gone. I spent all this on a ride. I spent all this to try to raise for charities. So that's money out of pocket that I can't get back. And I'm not crying. I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is I did my part. I tried. I may not have been doing the delivery correctly or what have you, but I did what I could. I tried. I did what I said I would do. I did the 10,000 miles plus. Like I said, we're just over 13,000 total miles on the trip. We still have silver coming up. We still have the giveaway from Peak Designs for the other handlebar mount for somebody from my Patreon page. No, you can't join that now. It's too late. That's why I showed the admin panel. That will go to one of my Patreons. There's going to be some silver going to a couple of Patreons. There's going to be some names that are on there. Oh yeah, did I not tell you there was giveaways for the Patreons? Yeah, you know, I don't think I ever did, to be honest. I probably mentioned the Peak Design handlebar mount, but that's probably it. What else? There'll be the auction coming up from the guys in the silver community that, well, they donated quite a bit. And 100% of that, when it sells, will go to and be divided between the 3 charities. And if you still want to give to the charities, so many charities, you give $1 and 15 cents ends up going to the animals or the people or the vets or whatever, because admin and office and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? These links don't have that crap. Every bit of every dollar that you guys give to those 3 links goes 100% to them. I might do a live in the middle of the night when I wake up, because if I wake up and it's only 6 p.m., if I eat and go to take a nap and I wake up at 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning and I drive, I'll set this up on the dash. I might go live while I'm driving. Well, let me rephrase that. I'll pull over, I'll start a live, and then I'll drive. To go back and get the trailer and the rest of my stuff back from the trade-in. What else? Yeah, so we'll get better. We'll get better. Next time, I'll do one single charity. We'll focus on it. And, oh, you're going to see a lot, though, coming up. Now that I'm back here, and I got this new bike, which is irrelevant, whatever bike I had. When I do my work, I'll be working Monday through Friday, doing contracting or whatever. But come weekends, I'm going to be riding. I'm going to be seeing. I'm going to be sightseeing. I'm going to be living life to enjoy it, because shit, after 60, if you don't take the time, no one's going to come knock on your door and go, hey, I'm just knocking on your door to tell you to take some time off. No, that's not going to happen. No one's going to come save your ass. Get out there and do it, because it's not coming to you. But I'm going to start showing you guys the springs, the rivers, the wildlife, the camping. Florida has so much to offer. And I'm not saying come down here. I'm just saying if you do, you might have an idea of what's cool, and I'm just going to show you what's cool in my area. So the videos won't stop. Everybody on my Patreon, I've told them to cancel. Stop it, terminate it. I'm home. You guys have helped. I had 15 Patreons. I had 10 paid, 5 free. I put up the admin page. It showed it. Yeah, you guys were wonderful. And it helped with gas. It helped buy some burgers and some food for me and Skippy, or Skippy and I. And I appreciate it. I really do. I love you guys. And but no, you guys were great. And like I said, I traded in. They offered me to get the 24 model off their floor with a reduction of more than 50% of the interest. I actually got paid to do this. I didn't pay to do this. The interest alone offset the increase of right at $100 difference in a month payment, and I got a newer bike. Well, actually I don't. The IBEX is a 25, this is a 24. I'm talking about mileage. So anyway, another chapter's turned. I'm babbling. I'm gonna hang up for now, or sign off for now. Love you guys, appreciate you. I'm in the door, my God. I feel like my butt has changed form to the seats. All right, we'll talk to you tonight, tomorrow, something. See you soon. Thanks for being here. Bye.